Howdy guys, this is Danny with Danny Aquatics coming to you from the bedroom 150-gallon aquarium. And this tank is always usually doing just superb. Never had any issues with it, maybe at the very first, but this tank has been well established for the last probably almost 3 years now. But all I have in here is just a few silver dollars. I added that one convict. I have one electric blue Acara. And let me see what else. I know I have a Pictus catfish, one Synodontis, and I have the Pictus catfish. I have the spotted and the striped, but they're always hiding underneath it in the bottom down here. And let me see where they're at. There's one there. There's one right there. Those are the spotted, and it's hard to tell, but the Synodontis is back there in the back. He is huge. He's about 7 inches long. He is beautiful. Some people refer to him as upside down catfish, and he's just doing great. And here's my baby. I call him Blue. He's always first one at the tank ready. He knows that when it's time to eat, I'm up here. And there's my African leopard fish, I believe. I don't know. Some people call him leaf fish, but that's another guy who's really grown a lot. And he's maxed out. He's probably about 4.5 inches, and I don't think he's going to grow very much more. He hasn't grown in a long time. So, and here is my striped catfish. There, these guys are just gorgeous. There's the other one. These guys are always a little bit longer. The striped ones, they're about 6.5 inches long. The other ones are about 5.5. But all in all, these guys are really doing swell. Beautiful tank. I run this tank with one Fluval FX6, and then I have a small little 5,000. What is it called? It's just a little pump. I can't think of the name of it. But all it is just a house filter with filter floss in it, and it just circulates the water through it just to polish up the water, and it really does a really great job of keeping it. I do it I only change those filters out once every 3 months, and just put new filter floss, and it does really good to help for polishing up the water. All in all, these guys are doing good. Let's go and check out the other tanks, and we'll keep going. Alright guys, we're in the fish room. Just a real quick update on all these tanks. Everybody's really doing swell. This is the 330 gallon, mostly South American. A few oddballs in here with the torpedo barbs. And this guy's really doing gorgeous. I love this tank. It's really self-managing. All I gotta do is do water changes, and about every so often I kind of pull those plants out, clean them up. But all I do is really just feed these guys and do water changes and clean the glass. That's about it. So that's what I like about big tanks. You have a good filtering system, a big sump. This tank has two, I think they're 30-gallon, two 30-gallon plastic drums with filter floss, lava rock, and just a pump, and it just pumps through there and filters. I have a couple. I used to keep 2 socks in there, but it's just 1 sock now. So about once a week I replace that sock in that tank. It really does good. And I have a polishing filter on this one as well. Alright guys, let's check out the African cichlid tank here. This is the 275 gallon, mostly haps. And these guys are really doing really good. They're growing, they're getting really big, so I can't wait for another year to go by and these guys are going to be full grown. They're going to be really pretty. I'm still looking to replace the ones I had lost when I lost the whole entire tank about almost a year ago now. Is the VC10s. I had two beautiful VC10s in here, and I haven't been able to find any at all. And if I do find them, I'm gonna have to grow them out, and because these guys are going to be really big. And then to buy two good size, full size, at least 6-inch, are going to be over $100 each probably. But we'll see. Alrighty guys, let's check out the 550-gallon tank here. And let's see how Paco and everybody else is doing. They're doing just beautiful. Great looking tank. This tank also I added two male convicts just to move some of the fish around a little bit. And the tank that they're in, the 65-gallon tank, it's just not enough room for them, and I figured I'd put two. I didn't want to put a male and a female in here because not you have a mess in here. I already have a pretty hard time with the stress in this tank with the fire mouse in here because there's females in there with them, so and they're constantly breeding. But all in all, those big fish ignore that little tiny ones, but those little ones think that they can really push their weight around in this big tank, but they do what they can to keep their spot. Alright, let's go check the backside of the fish room. Here we have the mostly Mbuna tank. This is all African cichlid tank, 150 gallon. And these guys are always doing really good. They're always hungry. There's just too many of them. So if anybody wants them, any Mbuna that lives close by, you're welcome to them. What you got to do is come over here and we can meet somewhere and I can take you a handful of them. Alrighty, let's check out these smaller tanks. This is the 29-gallon tank that I had. I used to have a lot of the second batch of convicts that were albino. I finally moved them over to the 55-gallon with the larger adult ones. So all I have left in here is these 6 or 5 fire mouse. I had more, but I've moved some of them to some of the bigger tanks, just to have one in each tank. And I had moved about 20 or so the baby convicts, the fire mouse in here that were in here, these little guys, and they ate them all. They were there fine in the morning, all during the day, but in the morning, I guess at night, while everybody was sleeping, these guys ate their brothers. They ate them all. But I said, oh well, live and learn. They were too small. I figured they were the same species, they wouldn't freaking eat them, but they did. And because these guys aren't very big, but they ate every one of them. But I won't be moving them in here with these guys until they're either their size or a little bit, or at least this size again. And here is my Tetra tank, little 20-gallon. I usually have no problems with this little tank. These guys are always just moving around, lovely. And this guy right here, he's a little male. I'm not sure what he's going to be, but he came out of the 275-gallon tank. When I was doing a big water change and cleanup, I saw 2 little tiny fish running around, so I netted them. One of them died right away, and he's a survivor. And he's a little male, so I can't wait to see what he is later on. So, because you can see some of the coloring on him, and his anal fin is not round; it's a pointed anal fin. So that's usually the characteristics of a male that have those traits, especially on the African cichlid fish. So, that's what I've noticed on most of them. So, alrighty, and here, like I said, this is a 20-gallon tank that still has about at least 20, 30 of the fire mouth And then their roommates, I got 3 bala sharks that I'm going to grow out, and they're going to end up going into the large 450-gallon tank behind me. And here is my convict tank, my 65-gallon. These guys have been around for a while already. So often they spawn, and they'll have a couple of them, and 1 or 2 will survive. That's where you see these small ones in there. And they keep replacing the large ones. Every once in a while I'll find one here. Maybe once every 3 or 4 months, there'll be one that's deceased. He'll be at the top, but I'm not sure if he just died or they beat him up. But there'll always be one to replace one. So, alrighty, and here is the 4-foot, 55-gallon albino convict tank that has about 8 more fish in it now, since I moved them out of the 29-gallon tank and moved them over here. But they're all doing swell, and they're really looking good. So, alrighty guys, well, let's check out the big tank, see how they're doing here. These guys are really doing just great. No water leaks, and everything's sealed off very well. And I thank the Lord that that was a job that was well done and completed, and by His grace it didn't leak again. And I'm thankful for that, because it is so much work to get these things resealed, emptied out, and then put back in service again, because there's a lot of work. Taking everything out, vacuuming, cleaning it all up, drying it all out, it's time consuming. But it's part of the hobby, and that's the reason I'm into it and I enjoy it. But these guys are really doing swell. And I would say about another year or so, these guys are going to be enormous. Especially the bala sharks. Those guys I've seen where they've been 12 to 14 inches long. These guys are barely 6 inches long, so they've got a long ways to grow. So, and my Geophagus finni, oh my gosh, those things are gorgeous. There's 2 or 3 of them already pretty good size. They're about 6.5 inches long, and they're gorgeous. Alrighty guys, just an update on the fish room. Y'all have a wonderful and a blessed day, and we'll catch you on another video. Y'all take care. Alright, bye.